Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. This is gonna be yet another different video because I'm feeling risky. But jokes aside, just letting you know that I'm not a journalist, I'm not a game critic, I'm not any of those things. I'm just an enthusiastic gamer, and I got some gaming news for you. Now, this is not business news, although it is business related. I'm speaking as a gamer, all right? So let's get to it. First news is exclusive from Reuters. Sony is in talks to buy media powerhouse behind Elden Ring. Well, I got a few things to say about this, and I want to speculate, but first let's read a little bit from it. From the summary, Karakawa shares closed up 23% at daily limit. Sony owns shares in Karakawa from software. Karakawa is the company, the behemoth that owns from software. Sony focusing on entertainment such as games, movies, and anime. Sony is in talks to acquire Karakawa, the Japanese media powerhouse behind the Elden Ring game. Huge, massive game. I love Elden Ring. It's loved by so many people. Almost everybody knows it. Even my grandma knows it. She's not here anymore, but if she was, she would know it. That's a joke. All right. Two sources familiar with the matter said, as the technology giant looks to add to its entertainment portfolio. But since I don't think it can buy from software, what Sony is gonna do? Buy the goddamn company that owns from software. You just can't escape. The talks between the two sides are ongoing, and if successful, a deal could be signed in the coming weeks. So even before the end of 2024, the sources said. Karakawa's shares closed up at 23% of their daily limit. I don't know exactly what it means. Its market capitalization was around 2.7 billion prior to the Reuters report. Sony's shares close up to 0.6. Sony just wants to say, hey, here's that much $1 billion. I want Miyazaki. Probably something like that. Anyway, moving on. Sony declined to comment. Karakawa said it cannot comment, neither of them. They're in the middle of a deal. I don't think any of them want to comment anything, so they didn't comment anyways, but moving on. Sony already has a 2% stake at Karakawa and a stake in Karakawa controlled from software, the developer of the hit fantasy action role-playing game. So if anybody doesn't know, From Software has made Sekiro, has made Bloodborne, every Dark Souls game except for Dark Souls 2. No, I'm talking about Miyazaki here. From Software has made Dark Souls 2, of course, all the Dark Souls series, all the Dark Souls games, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, did I miss anything? Bloodborne, did I miss that? I don't know. Critically acclaimed title is a collaboration between veteran game director Hidetaka Miyazaki, our Lord and Savior, and Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin. The game, which depicts an atmospheric blah blah yada 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 yada, we know those things, has sold 25 million units and had been widely praised, and rightfully so. The title is available on anyway. Alright, so what does that tell us? What should I expect? Dark Souls 3 Remastered. Dark Souls 3 Remastered is kind of expecting. Now, from Screen Rant, this says Dark Souls 3 Remastered is the last thing From Software should make. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Would I still buy it and play it? Yes. I love Dark Souls 3. If I can play like a better version of it, it's not like I'm gonna fucking waste all of my money in it. I'm gonna save up some money and I'm gonna buy it wherever I can. It's not the big deal for my pocket or my wallet, but for some people, it might be. And I'm not talking for them, I'm talking for me specifically, right? But the thing is, I'm not sure it needs it. The game is like 8 years old. I think it's 8 years old, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, correct me. No, 2016. And it has sold... There have been rumors of From Software potentially working on a remaster for Dark Souls 3, making it the second game in the Dark Souls series to get a remaster. Released all the way back in 2016, Dark Souls 3 has been the end point of the story for a while, and the Dark Souls series hasn't been touched since 2018, with the first titles remastered, which is Dark Souls 1 Remastered. Was that needed? Well, you got leaves that move, don't complain. Anyway, people have been calling for a return to the Dark Souls series, with some asking for the fourth game in the series to bring it back in a big way. Now, does it need another game? I also don't know, because I wouldn't know what they would do. I don't know which way they would play with the story, what they would add, and also you got Elden Ring right now, which is kind of hard to surpass it. It would be more linear. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Would I try it? Yes. I'm a From Software fanboy. I'm gonna give it a try. It has made me happy up until now. If it disappoints, it disappoints. This is life. But I would give it a try. Unless it's $60. works. If it is a patch though, which I don't think it's going to be a patch, I think it's going to be like a full release Dark Souls 3 remaster or even remake. Now, could they import to a newer graphic engine, to the Elden Ring engine? Could they do it? I don't know. I still don't know. We don't have enough leaks for that. We don't have enough information for that. I don't work in From Software. If anybody's dad works at From Software, please let me know. Let me know. Send me a letter. Also, fun fact, Dark Souls 3 was the first Dark Souls game that I ever played, that I ever finished. Now, people have been... I've seen some people talking about why wouldn't they remaster Dark Souls 2, and they kind of did with Scholar of the First Sin, but you gotta consider that it is a corporation, it is, you know, a behemoth, and it cares about how much money will this bring, about the longevity of the project. Not many people like Dark Souls 2. Not many people would go out of their way to play Dark Souls 2. Also, the sales of Dark Souls 2, let's see if I can find it. 5.5 million copies from Dark Souls 1, but that's Reddit. Over 1 million copies within the United States and Europe. A year after release, the game had sold over 2.5 million copies, but that's the, you know, that's the normal version. So in Scholar of the First Sin, 2015 was the release date, 1,590,000, and in 2015. I'm pretty sure the numbers are above that. I'm pretty sure. Multi-platform above 10 million, 10.5 million, if I get this correctly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a journalist, all right? This is pretty much everything without a script. I don't like scripts so much. So yeah, they wouldn't make a Dark Souls 2 remastered because it wouldn't bring that much money and longevity, you know, to the name, as much as Dark Souls 3, which is a lot more loved, I would say. I'm sure some people dislike it and like Dark Souls 2. Hey man, you do you, and I'll do me. Gotta stay peaceful out here, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason I don't think that they're gonna do it for Dark Souls 2. Now, if they end up doing, and if they end up remastering or remaking one of them and remastering the other, I'm down for it. I mean, sure. Will they really spend that much money on it? I doubt it. Kind of doubt it. On the other hand, other companies have spent millions of dollars, millions of euros for something that flopped and got cancelled completely. Taken down a week later. RIP Concord, game of the year. But anyway, such is business, and some people just eat a lot of shit. So Dark Souls 3 Remastered, what do you think about it? And what do you think about future projects? Will Sony buy From Software? Will Sony buy the whole goddamn powerhouse? Who knows? Who knows? There was also a talk about, a Bloodborne HBO series. I think it was from HBO. HBO series. There has been Elden Ring anime, this and that, so many things. How much of that will happen? Now, about the Bloodborne show, I kind of doubt it. But since Sony owns Bloodborne, and this is my final point, I kind of believe that for once they will give the people what they want. I say kind of believe, so that's like 35%, 36% belief. Bloodborne Remastered or Bloodborne Remake. If they remake Bloodborne, all enhanced, better graphics, although I love the looks of the game, but if they enhance it, so be it. Maybe they add a little bit of ray tracing in there, make the models a little bit better. But like I said, if I play right now on the PS5, I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it. Why? Because I love Bloodborne. And fun fact, I don't play that much Bloodborne because I don't want to get bored of it. So I play periodically, you know? Anyway, please, let me know what you think. Dark Souls 3 Remastered, is that what you want? Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, Remastered, Remake, what do you want? Bloodborne Remake, Remaster. Do you want Sony to be bought by... do you want Sony buying Karakawa? What do you want? What do you think? Also, last note, if From Software is going to be owned by Sony, I really, really, really hope that they let Miyazaki and they let his team just be creative as they were. Let the man cook. Let the team cook. And I really hope that it is not buying it as as a form of eliminating opponents. I really don't want that to be the case. That would be a fucking disaster. That's what I don't want to happen. But anyway, this is what I saw. I found it interesting. Big news, at least I think so. Now, all you have to do is comment your own thoughts. Like I said, I'm not a journalist. I don't have a script in front of me. I'm just a dude that likes gaming. Love it, and I saw the story, and I thought it was interesting. Now, you let me know. Anyway, see you in the next one. Peace out.